A couple of times I think the situation came up, Randy, is when two guys got in the same trouble. The first guy that got this guy gets him and the other guy gets zero.
Usually they're not paid. They do it pro bono or free of charge.
So in a situation like that, does the second person who gets in trouble don't get that public defender, he can go across the river and get an attorney from, what's that office over there?
East River Legal Services, yeah, or Dakota Plains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was it just his contract is up, so now we have to try to renew it, or what?
Yes, his contract is up and the court is asking that it be renewed. It's also part of the Violence Against Women Act in terms of providing services, basically, and keeping those cases and charging them in tribal court. That if you want to exercise jurisdiction under the Violence Against Women Act, you have to have a prosecutor, a public defender, and a judge that are law trained.
And so why is CREST the only one that we're taking into consideration here? Is there any other public defenders that are interested in it, or why is it just him?
He's been the public defender for the last several years. I don't know the circumstances under which how he was selected. I think they advertised and made the decision and he was selected. And in talking to the court, she indicates that she feels he's doing a good job, satisfaction among the criminal
We got the
defendants.
recommendation, I think.
You know, he advocates for them in drug court and had some jury trials, and so he was the one that was selected. It's hard to get lawyers to come down there.
Yeah, so then if we were advertised it, he could just go ahead and reapply to just like anybody else that would be interested, right?
He could, yes. I don't know if he would.
Yes,
If there are no other questions, I'll make a motion to that.
Motion by Cody to approve the renewal of contract for public defender of Mr. Seagrass.
Can I table it because I want it to be advertised?
I think the procedure under Robert's rules is if there's a motion and a second, and you move to table, you need a second on your motion to table, then you vote on the motion to table. If that passes, it's tabled. If it doesn't pass, you're back to the original motion.
Okay, we had a motion by Cody. You guys both spoke at the same time. So there wasn't formally a second before she made her spoke, because you guys both spoke at the same time. So we had a motion by Cody, and because they spoke at the same time, I don't know how that one goes.
Well, who's seconding?
He said second at the same time when she said, can I motion for table? So
Motion and second. Bailey, you want to make it move to table?
Well, I did it, he's saying I did it at the same time, so there, we don't even have a second yet if we did motion to table it.
She can make her motion to table after the second. So, Roberts. So, Bailey, you're making a motion to table.
Yeah, like I said, because it.
She'd have to get a second to her motion to table. Under Roberts, is there a second to her motion to table? There's no second, her motion to table dies, and you're back to the main motion to approve.
you can explain more too when we go into discussion. So there was a motion made by Cody to approve, second by Marvin to approve. Then there was that table discussion without a second. So we will proceed on with the motion and the second to the approval of this. Now we will enter into discussion on this. Marvin, discussion.
I think like Randy said, it's hard to get anybody to attorneys to come down. And I think right now he's actively representing a lot of people in our court system. And I think if by not extending him, I think he's gonna up and leave, not come back, and I don't know what we're gonna get for the people. Dakota Plains don't even want to help them. I don't know. That's the reason I'm seconding it.
Chris?
He's doing a good job over there. Might as well keep it here.
Haley?
My reasoning for tabling it is because it seems like it's kind of a big decision that we're making here, especially with all of the issues that are going on in our court system. I don't even know who the guy is. I don't really have anything, like any dealings with the court system, knock on wood. But I don't know what the problem would be with us re-advertising it open it up for somebody else to come and do it if, because there's a lot of people, like I said, there's a lot of people who are having issues with our court systems right now. I don't even know if he's part of the issue or not. There would be no problem with re-advertising as part of, and like they're saying, we don't know if he's gonna come back or not, but we don't know if there's gonna be anyone that's willing to step up to the plate either or not. So that's not, I just don't see how we're gonna just automatically go with the same person whenever we're having issues in our course right now. Like I said, I don't even know who he is. And getting a little bit more background, a little bit more information on who he is and how he's doing his job and, possibly not getting it replaced, but just opening it up for just different options if he's the right man for the job, then he could reapply and then we would choose that.
Okay. Ms. Jewel?
Well, I've seen, I've been in court and seen how he's been working and I like his work that he's done for some of our people. And he takes his job serious, seems like. To each individual respectively and I've seen how he works and I like his work.
Discussion.
Can I add one more thing? Can I ask a question real quick? Is my minor sister working in his office? Roy Minor's sister working in his office?
Seabrass's office? I don't know. I've never heard that.
Roy Minor's sister, Jana Minor, works for the federal public defender. So if you're accused or indicted for a federal offense, there's a federal public defender's office across South Dakota that has, I don't know, a dozen or so lawyers, and she works for that office. So it's only federal.
And how is he recommended that?
How does Seabrass fit into that? Not at all. He's a lawyer in peer that's in private practice. And he applied for initially when the tribal public defender's office was open.
Cody, none to all discussion? Okay. All for the vote, Marvin? For. Chris? Cody, Haley,
I'm
sorry.
not voting.
With, vote with majority or not?
No.
Okay. You? Cody? 4. Motion carries 4-4, 1 not voting with the vote not going to the majority. A renewal of Mr. Seabrass. Roman?
Oh, Jenna.
Yes, it is 4:08 PM. We'll go into closed session for 5 minutes. Want to wait out here, everybody?